Okay, and I will check on YouTube if we're live just to see. Taking a moment. And yes, it looks like we are live. Okay. Hello, everybody. Well, my audios and everything are good. So earlier. Um, hope the connection's fine. Also, but um, just real quick, just want to make sure it's definitely on YouTube for sure. And yeah, it's not the greatest quality, but it's you know, you work with what you can. Hopefully, once it's all processed, this will be better. Um, but yeah, I wanted to come on just to say hello and happy Independence Day. I know I kind of came on, but I was just trying to figure out things, and I don't know. I just haven't done a live stream through StreamYard for quite some time, so I'm still a bit used to it, or getting back used to it, I guess. Um, Hope everybody has had a great weekend. If you're here in America, I've had a very good day and a good weekend overall. Um, I was thinking about making a video or something later today um, for fireworks because it's not quite dark yet. But I've decided against it mainly because people have played music and I'm trying to cut all that out in the midst of fireworks, which sometimes you can't always see because of trees um, and other things of the sort. Sometimes the music is so overpowering, and I don't want to constantly have to cut in everything out because that'd be a lot of stuff, and also trying to juggle the audio of getting things clean so you can only hear the fireworks in the midst of music playing, and also lately people have been singing poorly, either because they generally can't sing or they're drunk. Wouldn't surprise me regardless. But yeah, uh, hope everybody here in America has had a great Independence Day. I know I put out a whole bunch of videos today, just because I saw Yankee Doodle Dandy not too long ago. Um, Wanted to put out some other videos here and there just for fun, and yeah, I've it's been really fun. It's been lately. It's just been a very good. I don't know, best good uh, day, good weekend, just good. Whatever. Everything's been fine for me. And uh, one thing I also want to say is soon I will have a new book out. Of course, here is my Western, uh, The Wandering Sheriff, which in the link below in the description you can. Which is to my link tree with all the various links I have, like from social media and whatnot. Um, the very first is linked to this, which is on Amazon. You can buy it in physical copy, and then you can buy it an ebook if you want to, whichever you prefer. It would be about $10. Like 9.69, I believe, was the lowest price they could have. I know they changed before, so I don't know. It's like just every time I have a good idea of what has what the price is, like the minimum, they've changed. So I apologize for not knowing right off the bat what the bare minimum is, but I'm pretty sure it's 9.69 or so. But with all that stuff with tax and shipping or whatever. But there shouldn't be taxes. You have an option of not including tax. But with shipping and handling, there's that kind of fee. So it'll all round up to about $10. My new book will be 3 short stories, uh, just under like 140 pages. Um, the first story, well, first off, all of them are just stories of people just having conversations. I'll just say that. They're having conversations about whatever. The first one, which is over 60 pages long, which I didn't intend for that story to be that long, but it just turned out that way. Um, and it's just like a group of friends talking about movies, what they like and what they don't like, and all that stuff. Um, Based in part of conversations I've had with others, as well as what others have had on other, I've heard others have that, I kind of was there for a conversation, yet didn't participate, but I just sort of observed and heard what people said about stuff. And so I've put that in the book basically. Um, so it's a mixture of thoughts I have as well as thoughts others I know have. So yeah, all in a fictitious manner basically. Um, Second story is a detective who has to see a killer who he put away because he wants to talk to him, and just saying stuff basically overall that is nothing new. Just wanted to say the same stuff to somebody who would listen pretty much. And then he has to go and write a report about that. And then also he's dealing with other cases. And then he has to talk to his captain and has a little conversation with his partner, and then heads home and talks to his wife and all that good stuff. That's actually the shortest. It's like 30 so pages. Like it ends in the 90s, and then from the like mid late 90s to like 130 some pages. That covers the last story, which is people in a grocery store, stocking shelves, loading, unloading stuff, and just people talking about whatever, whatever is on their mind, whatever they are basically what their thoughts are, and yeah, and how like their boss sort of like competent basically, and like their new manager, and so the problems they all have with him, they discuss, and that guy's not even there, so that's doesn't help anything. That doesn't help their view of the guy improve at all. Um, Plus, yeah, it's like certain decisions that might seem odd if one has ever worked or does work at a grocery store. Might be like that doesn't totally happen here or whatever. Like, about who knows? Well, if you had a manager or somebody making decisions on certain things, doesn't make sense, but they're doing it in such a way where they're trying to impress somebody, even though that doesn't make much sense, but especially in the whole grand scheme of everything. But in their mind it makes sense, but to everybody else, there's very little to no sense about it. So yeah, just one of those things, or stories like that, and I don't have a title for this book yet, but in the next few days or so, I will be setting up Amazon of getting all that done and everything, and having to get like the cover made and all that good stuff. Um, I thought of some, but I don't know. Like basically, I just want something that says like something with conversations. Like 3 short stories of conversations might be like the little thing underneath the main title. Um, yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, and I've been thinking about this for a while now. So I finished the last story not that long ago, um, and have been looking over all of them, making sure things are good. Like there's no real any mistakes, at least none that are so apparent and jarring that it's just like got to fix that, like a spelling error or anything of the sort. So everything's looking good on that, and yeah, in the next few days or so, I will get things set up so that I can get it ready to be out in the world on like Amazon and such. And then when that's out, I will definitely make a video, and then I'll let you all know and make sure the link will be in the description, and as well as my link tree also. I think that's a good thing to have, like all my link tree have all the links to all my major stuff, like Amazon and such is first big thing. Um, that's a great way to support me and my filmmaking endeavors at this moment. So, you know, buy this book, pretty much get about $2 worth of royalties, and with the physical copies, I made over $100, and that might not sound too like a lot, and in a way, no, it isn't. But considering the fact that the Western genre is not huge and popular, the fact that I was able to sell enough physical copies to in total get over $100 is, I think, is pretty good. Uh, I think that's pretty fantastic in my mind, my estimate. Westerns at this point aren't huge, but hey, who knows? Maybe one day if there's a big renaissance or whatever uh, of them, that'd be great. But yeah, in the description you can look at the Linktree link for this, and then in the next couple of days I shall uh, make a video or such about my next video, and when that will be coming out, if it's not out already by the time I put it out, because you can sort of have it do as like a pre-order or something. Though on Amazon that seems to be the case where you can do that, but it's for ebooks and you can't really pre-order physical copies for some reason. I don't know why. That's just the way that it is. Um, so that's what I've been doing lately. Hello. I have a viewer. Yeah, thank you very much. Night, night owl. Yes, you're a night owl from the EU. Yes, I am well, thank you, and I've had a very good Independence Day. Hope you're doing well over in Europe, um, particularly one country that is part of the EU. I know that was supposed to sort of go away, like it was voted for various places to be out of the EU, yet that's still a thing. So, hope everything is good. Yeah, yeah. Well, glad you're well too. That's good. 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 You're good. All is good here. Glad that all is well there. Um, yeah, everything is good here. Apologies for the self promotion of my book. Might sound selfish, but honestly, within this last, just before this weekend really began, I finished that, and I thought I might as well give some news before I make a proper video about this next book of this time of short stories. And yeah, things are going well. Had a very good day. It's been very humid here in Iowa, but that's because it rained earlier this morning, like around 6, and so it didn't last too long. But when it rains here in the summer, yeah, so far still in the union for better or worse. Yeah, hope all will hope all remains good. And especially these days, things like that are very hectic, and I don't talk too much politics and stuff like that. But that's something that is interesting. Something like that, people voted to be out of the EU, and but yet it still remains. I guess I'm not an authoritarian kind of person or an authority on European politics, but I just hear stuff and I observe things. And I've watched channels and other things from people from like Britain and other places where they talk, and so I have as much information as the average American would get here, no more nor less. But everybody over there will probably know way more than uh, we do here. Um, Plus, there's a lot of stuff here going on, and I don't want to get into all that political stuff because that's not always fun. Uh, that could be a bit downer, but I do like to talk about movies for the most part, as you all know and also can see. Um, Speaking of which, the Barnes and Noble 50% off sale is going on now, and I have purchased some stuff today. Should be here next week, because today's a holiday, so like 5 to 7 business days and such. It'll be a little later. Um, yeah, your next movie. Thank you very much. I don't necessarily call myself specifically a reviewer per se, but I guess in a way that it kind of is reviewing stuff. But I don't know. I think it's because so many reviewers, or at least people who call themselves reviewers, um, don't always know a lot about movies. Now there are those who do know, and to those, they definitely help the movie reviewer, that kind of title, remain intact. But then there are those who, when you really hear their thoughts on stuff, they try to go in and all deep and all this, and yet they have very surface level knowledge of either movies in general or just certain movies, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But some of them try to act like they know way more than they really do, and I know quite a bit about movies. I especially specifically the ones I really like. Um, I do try to show some stuff about what I do like about various things, because it's more fun to talk about stuff you like than what you don't like. I've noticed if you do talk negative about certain things, views do go up, and I guess I'm missing out on that. But that's not so fun. I have talked about stuff that I not too fond of. That usually those pertain to sort of like franchises that I do like, um, and saying like why I don't like this entry that's a part of this franchise or that has something to do with this franchise or whatever. But that's usually because I've discussed um, previous movies like it, so it's like it would make sense for me to talk about a certain movie, and even if I'm not fond of it. But who knows? Some movies I might enjoy later as time goes on, and if so, can always make another movie or a video about it. And I want to make movies myself, but unfortunately, if one doesn't have a good amount of followers, it's kind of hard to get things going. And also, for me, it's like trying to ensure I have like for like a Indiegogo campaign or anything of that sort, like have at certain prices. If you donate a certain amount, you'll get this in return. Like I think like $20, you could get like a Blu-ray when the film is out, which would make sense. First, I would love to um, have it in theaters. That would be something I would like just personally, because that would be for me. That would be like I really did something with myself. I made a movie and then I got it released in theaters. Even if it's just here in America, at least I got it released nationally, or at least in my local state or something of the sort. So I really accomplished something, even more than just a normal movie. I got it in theaters. That's even a bigger accomplishment for myself, at least. And then after a while, it'd be on like Blu-ray, I'm sure, and then perhaps even streaming somewhere, wherever that would be. But yeah, I don't talk about it too much because it's like I don't want to constantly have so much expectations for myself. Like I'm going to make this movie, and then it's like every time I've made something about that in the past, things always when it seems like things are going to get going, things just then halt for whatever reason, and then it takes a lot longer for things to start moving in that direction again. Um, but yeah, I've also seen some movies in theaters that I haven't discussed here on my channel. Just saw Top Gun Maverick yesterday, which was also Tom Cruise's birthday. So happy birthday to him, he's 60. Um, and in short, I enjoyed Top Gun Maverick. It's a very good film. I think Top Gun's a fine movie. I've never talked about that before here. Um, Though I will say I didn't love Top Gun compared to others I know. That's because like siblings and others, when I hadn't seen Top Gun or mentioned that, um, it was sort of hyped up for me to where it's like it'll be like the greatest thing I'd ever see in my life, and it wasn't. And it's like I try to manage expectations, but knowing how much they loved that film and their excitement about me hopefully one day watching it, and then me, you know, wanting to join in that excitement just kind of fell short. Um, but Top Gun's a fine movie. Really love the music. Same with this movie. Very good. Um, I also saw The Northman uh, in May. Very good film. Also saw the Scream 5. Uh, Either late February or early March, around that time. Uh, and I have very mixed thoughts on that. And one day, probably in October, around Halloween time, I'll probably talk about it. And I have some notes on my computer of my thoughts on it initially, and I've seen it here and there, and I, my thoughts that I've written down seem to still align with my initial thoughts when I first saw it. However, I do want to give it some more time and then watch it again before I discuss it, and then maybe then I will really enjoy it more, and if so, I will keep the notes I have and then just sort of like, go from there and say what I did like about the movie, and if things I initially wrote that I didn't enjoy as much, I could then perhaps relook at it and be like, actually, I like that now because this reason or that reason. So it'll probably be a spoiler thing when that happens. Um, when I discuss it. So then again, the past four of them that I did last year were all basically spoilers. Spoil the various stuff, um, like the end and all that. Who the killers of those films were. Um, and even though my at this point my originally before the fifth film came out, my most mixed thoughts were of that franchise was the third Scream film. Not a bad movie, but just wasn't as great as the others, in my opinion. But I think with this new Scream film, I think five will be at the bottom of the list. Though, again, I want to give it some more time, so when I do make a video about it, my thoughts are even clearer, hopefully. And if my opinions uh, of the film initially and also even like now are the same, well, then I can just go off of the notes without any alteration. but I'll see what happens. Um, and yeah, I thought about, again, I mentioned earlier, thought about making a video about fireworks and stuff, but where I live, there's a lot of there's some trees in the way, and you're not always able to see stuff clearly unless you're out in the middle of the road. And where I live, there are people who love to really drive incredibly fast, stupidly fast down the road, just because that's just how they are. Um, and so, you don't want to be in the road when that happens. Uh, but yeah, I've just enjoyed the day, and I wanted to just have one more thing that's fun on this day for my channel. And again, if you are interested in my book, you can get this on Amazon, The Wandering Sheriff. Again, links are below, connected to my Linktree account, or Linktree, whatever. Uh, all my links and such. Um, and yeah, it's also PayPal. So I guess if you, for whatever reason, wanted to donate something, which would then go to like making movies, that's what basically this and a PayPal link would be for. I really, it's all up to you. You don't have to do that if this westerns don't interest you. That's fine. You don't have to buy it, obviously. And if the short stories I kind of mentioned to you before don't interest you, that's fine. Um, but who knows? Maybe I'll be able to make a bit of a different. When I do a different video about properly announcing that once it's all said and done, maybe I'll be able to talk more about it without being more specifically focused on that, and then it might be of more interest. Or, hopefully it will be. If not, well, apologies. But yeah. Anyway, I've had a very good 4th of July, Independence Day. Let's really give a look. Thank you very much, Bobby Boldly. Bleh. If only I can talk. Yeah. Thank you very much. You, the only person here. That's very good. So I'm going to wind down. It's 9 o'clock. It should be darker now, so which hopefully, if people are shooting off fireworks still, which they have been here and there since like 8 or so, but it hasn't really been sunset yet. Writing could be a very well way to enter the movie. Yes, it could be. Yes, it can. I've written some scripts, and I think this also has helped with a different medium, helped me be stronger as a writer, I think. And I did condense another script of mine. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. I know you're like an, night owl, as you mentioned earlier. Hope you're able to enjoy your night and sleep if you have to. And I shall enjoy the rest of my day, and hope everybody else who's watching later, hope all of you had a great Independence Day also. And yeah, I hope this weekend has been great for you. I know other people are very divided on a lot of stuff going on in this country and other countries. But, hope everybody's been able to look at the positives of things. That's what I try to do. And also, August or September, I'll probably have a video about the various stuff I bought in terms of like Blu-rays and stuff this summer. I can even go back to May, so that's a video for the near future. And yeah, I hope all of you are having a great day. Hope all of you are having a great week, had a great weekend, and we'll have a great weekend in the coming future. And see you all next time. Take care, and goodbye.